Sporting rivalries define the passion, intensity, and drama that make sports so captivating. Today we're counting down the top 10 greatest sporting rivalries of all time. From fierce football clashes to legendary tennis showdowns, these matchups have thrilled fans and made history. Stick around to see which rivalry takes the #1 spot. Starting off our list at number 10 is the fierce rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester United, two of the most successful clubs in English football. The rivalry traces back to the late 19th century, but it really heated up during the 1970s when both clubs were competing for domestic and European glory. United currently holds the record for the most English top-flight titles with 20, but Liverpool is close behind with 19. The rivalry is also fueled by regional pride, with Manchester and Liverpool being neighboring cities in the northwest of England. Some key moments include Liverpool's 4-1 victory at Old Trafford in 2009, a game that is considered one of their best performances against United, and Manchester United's 2-1 win in 1999, where they scored twice in injury time to snatch victory from Liverpool. At number 9 we have The Game, the Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry. This is not just any college football game, it's a battle for supremacy in the Big Ten Conference and one of the most heated rivalries in American sports. The rivalry began in 1897, and since then, the two teams have met over 115 times. The all-time series is incredibly close, with Michigan leading by a narrow margin in wins, but Ohio State has dominated in recent years. One of the most memorable games was the 2006 Game of the Century, where Ohio State, ranked number 1, defeated second-ranked Michigan 42-39, in a matchup that determined a spot in the BCS National Championship game. Coming in at number 8 is the legendary rivalry between Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. This rivalry began in 2004 when a 17-year-old Nadal defeated Federer in Miami. Since then, these two icons of tennis have faced off 40 times, with Nadal leading the head-to-head 24-16. Their rivalry is characterized by contrasting styles, Federer's grace and finesse versus Nadal's power and tenacity. One of the most famous encounters was the 2008 Wimbledon final, often hailed as the greatest tennis match ever played. After 5 sets and nearly 5 hours of play, Nadal emerged victorious, ending Federer's 5-year reign at Wimbledon. The rivalry has produced some of the most memorable moments in tennis history, including their battles in the Australian Open and the French Open, where Nadal has dominated. At number 7 we dive into baseball's most storied rivalry, the New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox. The rivalry began in earnest after the infamous sale of Babe Ruth to the Yankees in 1919, an event that sparked the curse of the Bambino, which many believed doomed the Red Sox to nearly a century without a World Series title. The Yankees went on to become the most successful franchise in baseball history, winning 27 World Series titles, while the Red Sox suffered heartbreak after heartbreak. One of the key moments in this rivalry came in the 2004 American League Championship Series. The Red Sox, down 3-0 in the series, made an unprecedented comeback to win 4 straight games and eventually end their 86-year World Series drought. The rivalry continues to be one of the most intense in sports, with each game between these two teams carrying a special significance. At number 6 we have the NBA's most iconic rivalry, the Boston Celtics versus the Los Angeles Lakers. This rivalry began in the 1950s but reached its peak during the 1980s when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson squared off in multiple NBA Finals, igniting a new era of basketball. The Celtics and Lakers have met in the NBA Finals a record 12 times, with the Celtics winning 9 of those matchups. However, the Lakers have had their share of glory too, particularly in 1985 when they finally defeated the Celtics in the finals after years of heartbreak. Another iconic moment came in 2010 when the Lakers, led by Kobe Bryant, won a grueling 7-game series against the Celtics to secure their 16th championship. This rivalry is as much about the clash of styles and personalities as it is about the championships they've battled for. At number 5 we find one of the most politically charged and emotionally intense rivalries in world sport, India versus Pakistan in cricket. The rivalry dates back to 1952 when the two countries, newly independent from British rule, faced off in their first Test series. Since then, every match between these two cricketing giants has been a high-stakes affair. India and Pakistan have only played each other in bilateral series intermittently due to political tensions. But when they do meet, particularly in ICC tournaments, the stakes couldn't be higher. A key moment in this rivalry came during the 2007 ICC T20 World Cup final, where India defeated Pakistan by just 5 runs in a thrilling contest that went down to the last over. The rivalry also reached a fever pitch during the 2019 ICC World Cup, where over 1 billion people tuned in to watch India secure a decisive victory over Pakistan. At number 4, we have the oldest and one of the most storied rivalries in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. This rivalry dates back to 1921, when the Bears, then known as the Chicago Staleys, defeated the Packers in their first ever meeting. Over the years, this rivalry has embodied the heart and soul of American football. The Packers and Bears have faced off over 200 times, with Green Bay holding a slight edge in the all-time series. One of the most memorable games was the 2010 NFC Championship game, where the Packers defeated the Bears at Soldier Field to advance to the Super Bowl, which they eventually won. Another iconic moment was Brett Favre's record-setting 421st career touchdown pass against the Bears in 2007, breaking Dan Marino's all-time record. At number 3, we find the most intense rivalry in South American football, Brazil versus Argentina. This rivalry began in 1914, and over the decades, it has become one of the most eagerly anticipated fixtures in international football. The rivalry is fueled by both teams' status as footballing powerhouses, with Brazil boasting 5 World Cup titles and Argentina with 3. Key moments in this rivalry include the 1990 World Cup round of 16 match, where Argentina, led by Diego Maradona, knocked Brazil out of the tournament with a late Claudio Caniggia goal, despite Brazil dominating most of the match. Another unforgettable moment was in the 2004 Copa America final, where Brazil triumphed in a dramatic penalty shootout after a 2-2 draw in regular time. The rivalry has seen some of the greatest players in football history, like Pelé, Maradona, Romario, and Messi, clash on the pitch, each carrying the pride of their nation. Taking the second spot on our list is the historic Ashes rivalry between Australia and England, one of the oldest and most celebrated in all of sports. The Ashes series began in 1882, following Australia's surprise victory over England at the Oval, leading to a mock obituary published in a British newspaper that declared the death of English cricket, with the Ashes being taken to Australia. This sparked a fierce rivalry that continues to this day. Over the years, the Ashes have produced some of the most memorable moments in cricket history. One of the most dramatic was the 2005 series, often regarded as the greatest ever, where England reclaimed the Ashes after 16 years in a nail-biting series that went down to the final test. Another iconic moment was the 2019 Headingley Test, where Ben Stokes played one of the greatest innings in cricket history, leading England to a miraculous 1-wicket victory. With both teams always eager to outdo each other, the Ashes continue to captivate cricket fans around the world. And finally, at number 1, we have Barcelona versus Real Madrid, a rivalry known as El Clasico. This is more than just a football match, it's a clash of cultures, politics, and pride that transcends sport. The rivalry began in 1902, but it really took off during the Francoist era in Spain, where Real Madrid came to symbolize centralist power while Barcelona became a symbol of Catalan identity and resistance. El Clasico is the most watched club football match globally, often drawing hundreds of millions of viewers. The two teams have combined to win over 60 La Liga titles, and their matchups have featured some of the greatest players in history, including Alfredo Di Stefano, Johan Cruyff, Zinedine Zidane, Lionel Messi, and Cristiano Ronaldo. One of the most iconic moments in this rivalry was the 5-0 thrashing of Real Madrid by Barcelona in 2010, a game that showcased the brilliance of Pep Guardiola's team. Another unforgettable moment was in the 2014 Copa del Rey final, where Gareth Bale scored an incredible solo goal to win the title for Madrid. El Clasico is the epitome of sporting rivalries where history, pride, and football excellence collide on the grandest stage. These rivalries have shaped the history of their sports, creating unforgettable moments that fans will cherish forever. Rivalries like these are what make sports so compelling. They're not just games, they're battles for honor, legacy, and supremacy. Just wanted to also give an honorable mention to the Celtic versus Rangers rival in Scottish football. Which rivalry do you think is the greatest? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more sports content. Thanks for watching.